Good evening from wherever you're watching us from. This is Able Differently, and my name is Jane Theory. Karibu.
Differently abled, differently.
The second Ubuntu Special Needs and Inclusive Conference took place from the 16th to the 18th of August 2023. Take a look.
Africa Special Needs Network is a community-based organization that works very closely with special needs children. We had a chance to speak to Eva Nyoike, the chairperson, as she shared the details of what the organization is all about.
Africa Special Needs Education Network is a non-governmental organization. It's a CBO, community-based organization. And its main purpose, our vision at ASNEN, is to see an inclusive world where all are included in all, despite their disabilities or abilities. They are included in every aspect of life. Yeah, that's our vision. Yeah, and our mission as ASNEN is to promote, advocate, and to facilitate any activities that will enhance inclusion for all in all.
Using the Ubuntu philosophy, the organization is looking at growing a wholesome special need child by reaching out not only to caregivers, but stakeholders who will create policies that will eventually address all the needs of the children.
So last year, we held our first Ubuntu Special Needs and Inclusive Education Conference. This was held in November, and it being the first one, our main objective was to talk about what are disabilities, yeah? Where do they come from? Why are they there? And what can be done about it? So we wanted to demystify disabilities. And we follow, you see, it's called Ubuntu. Our guiding philosophy is Ubuntu, an African philosophy that says, I am who I am because you are. It talks about interconnections of human lives. You have something to offer, so do I. Together, we are able to create something big. Yeah? I cannot be a teacher if there are no students. You cannot be a reporter if there are no incidences and situations and events. Yeah? So we complement each other with what we do and by who we are.
As a result of many loopholes evident in the relevant sector that directly affect the children's welfare, the organization is keen to reach out to these stakeholders in such forums as this and find a solution.
We are looking at early years, teachers who are working with children in the early years. We are looking at parents. We are looking at religious organizations. We are looking at organizations that work with persons who are able differently. We are looking at government, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education. So we are looking at, today we had talks with the lawyers, we had talks with doctors, mental health technicians. So it's everywhere, everywhere. It is not just school. We are talking to everybody so that no child is left behind in our everyday to-day activities.
Parents are advised to secure the future of their special needs children through insuring them and stop discriminating against them.
Think about the most precious thing that you've been given by God, and that's your child. What have you put in place for that child? Yeah? To be able to continue living the kind of lifestyle that you've been living, he or she has been living when you are there. Okay? So that's insurance. Now we come to legal. You as a parent, you're leaving your inheritance. Yeah? You have all this. What are you going to do with it? You're going to write a will. When you write that will, are you thinking about that child? Actually, I'll call them at this particular point, that vulnerable child who has been your dependent all your life. You happen to pop off this eye. What happens to that child? Do you have a will that will secure that that child can move on without having to suffer, without having to be put in a community where nobody understands that child, without having to be put with relatives who already have these myths and misconceptions about disabilities. As a parent, you heard the parent saying the parent is the one who is top here, who is able to make those decisions. As a parent, what are you doing?
The organization also brought on board the legal fraternity, seeing the need to engage them on matters safeguarding the children's future in case of any unseen eventuality.
We're looking at the inclusion of children when it comes children with disabilities or children that are able differently in regard to estate planning, so that when a parent is doing estate planning, they are able to take care of the needs of a child that is able differently. For example, when you're doing a will has a shorter period in operation. But what if you created a trust? A trust will go a long way in protecting the needs of that child and enable your estate to continue providing for that child well beyond that time when you have deceased. And that is why we are calling out parents to come out and protect those kinds of children by making sure that they are writing trusts, doing wills to make sure that these children are not left out of the society, especially when it comes to succession. What we need to really bring out is that schools ought to come out and invite this discussion, especially when they are having parents, meeting, so that parents can start learning about the needs of these children when it comes to succession, and therefore these children are not left out.
An advocate from the Agimbe Associates law firm was at the forum with the intention of demystifying some of the key issues in protecting the welfare of the special needs children.
For the parents that have children with special needs, the first thing I'll tell them is that we have now a legal regime that it protects every child. Every child is equal. So do not let these children stay out there. Do not hide them from the public. There are very many forums. By bringing these children out, you're creating visibility of these situations and therefore enabling the policymakers to think of them. So that when you come out and you speak about the needs of these children, you enable, say, the county assembly to make roads that accommodate wheelchairs. You make the schools build institutions that take care of wheelchairs. So that is all we want, that these parents must come out, must speak out. Do not fear to come out and speak out. Do not fear to represent your children, and come out even to the advocates. Do not fear these advocates. They exist also to provide information as a way of giving back to the community.
The forum also addressed matters mental health, especially for the nannies who take care of these children while their parents go to work.
As a parent, it is not easy. When you get that baby and your baby, you're told that baby has special needs. You know, you move completely to a different new world. The world of disabilities, the world of myths and misconceptions, the world of judgment, yeah? The world where everybody is looking at you like it's your fault. So, can you be an effective caregiver if you're carrying that heavy burden on your back without even you yourself understanding, why did I get a child like this? Hence the reason why we look in mental health. We look in the clinical psychologists. They come and make sure that as parents we are good. We are understanding what is going on. We have our nannies. You saw one of the ladies there is from a bureau, a domestic care worker. She's from a bureau. Why are bureaus important? You can think about it. Who do you leave your child with on a daily basis when the parents go out? When the parents go to work, who do they leave their child with? They leave their child with a nanny. A nanny is such an integral part of the lives of persons who are able differently.
Silas Asolo, a teacher from Makini Schools, was in attendance and shared with us his contribution in the forum as well as the take-home at the end of the day.
The attitude about these learners. Sometimes we tend to ignore them. I think we need to talk much about these learners, so sensitization is key. And then we need to create an environment whereby the parent can appreciate the condition and also be ready to work with the learner. Some parents still don't want to tell teachers what exactly is happening about the child, but they are struggling away from school. So when we create an environment whereby they can always share everything with the teacher, and then we find the professional ways of helping the learners, then that will be key. Again, people learn differently. For example, I mostly learn by observing. Those who are leading the band here are blind, meaning they were given an opportunity to go to school, and they were appreciated the way they are, and now they can earn from singing.
Elina Wangoi of World Vision Kenya, a Christian-based organization, spoke to us about their contribution during the 3-day workshop.
This conference we attended just to share our experience in how we are able to do aspects of inclusivity, because in World Vision we are an organization that is so much involved in aspects of targeting those vulnerable children, and we have a component in that we are calling GESI, Gender Equity and Social Inclusion, whereby we ensure that all our programs are inclusive and we are also gender responsive. Therefore, in our activity today, we were able to share our experiences in ensuring that no child is left behind, and calling upon different stakeholders to be able to embrace inclusivity in early years.
Sammy Brayo, as he is famously referred to, was also part of this 3-day workshop, entertaining and inspiring as well.
Today I've come for a conference, definitely, for the differently abled conference on behalf of ASNEM. And for me, I came to this conference to inspire, motivate, and to listen, you understand? To listen to whatever we are going to be told concerning the differently abled people in the society, because I believe every day is a learning day. Oh my, the panelists are really, really educated. Whatever they said, it's really mind-blowing, you know. The other thing I liked about this conference is the opportunity. I was given an opportunity as Sammy Brayo, the musician, to perform. You don't take that for granted. As differently able people, what I believe, we need more exposure, more opportunities. What I advocate for is not sympathy, but opportunities. And that's what I've seen at the conference today. I love to have a partnerships with them, because me, what I believe is we are spreading one message, that disability is never inability, you know. So for me, I really love to partner with them, and whatever capacity they may need, I'm there to assist them in one way or another in terms of ideas. And because I'm also an influencer, so for me, partnering with them is something that I would really want to, because at the end of the day, we believe we're spreading one message, to motivate, to give hope, and to inspire. Because I believe people who are differently abled, I don't say disability, I say differently abled, are people in the society whom we believe some are really going through a lot of challenges, but they just need to see a light, or someone who can just speak to them and show them, you know what, I'm like you, or I'm just similar to you, but I can do more. So why do you stay at home, or why do you feel low? You can wake up and go out there and fulfill your dreams. Yes.
Sammy identifies with the changes that have been over the years, that is, creating a safer space for special needs children in all aspects and areas.
We cannot deny the fact that challenges are still there. We cannot deny the fact, but we cannot compare the challenges of now to back then. Right now we can say at least we have media, we have social media platforms, we have the media itself, which has come up, and we can see people who are differently able coming out and showcasing their God-given abilities, you know. And apart from that, we can also see parents right now. We can say parents are really encouraging their kids who are differently able. For example, me, when I look at my social media platforms, some parents even DM me, they say like, my child is differently able like you, but whenever my child saw you, he was like, you know what, my child can do it. And I also loved my child more because of how I see your parents and people around you supporting you. So I even loved my child more. So we cannot compare the challenges of back then. Yes, there still are, but at least a day at a time, we are going to reach there.
He concluded the day's work with a number from his album.
Tatangaza uzuri wako baba, nitaeneza yote umetenda, nitaimba mataifa yasikie uzuri wako baba.
Let's take a short break, but we'll be right back with more. Don't go too far.
Differently abled, differently.